Alright, now these decks here should be pretty good now. Also, let's get our straight edge out here and check it. Feels pretty flat. Yep. And you can do a cross like this, but you really need a bigger one to do this, so we need to move up from a little dinky one to a real one here. You put away the little toys, and you go and you pull out the big boys. There you go, the 1¼ tool bits. Now you can lay those on there sideways and see if there's any rock. When you push on, you want no clicking. That appears to be pretty damn flat. You can't check on the inside, it's too big. But you can check it over here on the outside edge, like this, and make sure there's nothing going to get underneath the surface in there at all. Same on the back here. Make sure you don't see no light coming through. Appears to be pretty even this way. Not getting any imperfections now. And now the bolt pad, I'm not getting that edge on there like I had before also. Now they're sitting really nice and flat. Before we had a little bit of a step on there, that's gone now. Still got a little bit right on that side. Definitely a heavy one right there. A little better. But we still got our cylinder sitting here, so we can check it. Appears to be going down. It feels like there's a lip in here. There might be a fillet in here. There is a little bit of a lip right there. And these cases have no chamfer right here. They're sharp. So these are actually bottoming out on the cylinder a little bit. There's that one we had over here. See that clearance in there? See going all the way until you hit the fillet. See the gap between the cylinder and the fitting in there? That's what this clearance is in here. So there's a fillet in there. That would be the round surface like that for strength so it won't break off. So that fillet right there, when you put a 20 thou gasket in here, that fillet might still be higher than a 20 thou gasket. And with a sharp edge here, that means your cylinder's bottomed out on this lip right here and it won't sit flat. And that can cause the gasket not to seal and cause a leak. That on top of the cases being slightly twisted a little bit because they weren't bolted together square like I just did it, then that would cause problems also. So you're supposed to have a chamfer on the inside of your cases here so you don't have that problem. These aren't made correctly. And see these ones in here don't, can you see the little, see this one's pretty sharp too. They didn't really give anything on this one either. You should always put a chamfer on the inside edge of your cylinders, but not everybody does it. That can cause problems. So now Harley cases here. See the little edge right there? See a little angle cut right there? A little chamfer. That's the clearance that you should have on your case. One, it stops you from cutting yourself. And two is it makes it so the cylinder will go down flat. So this case needs to be cut for that reason. So I'll probably go in there and do a little hand grind in there, hand cut a 45 in there, and square things up. So I can use my little deburring tool, might be enough to get in there. Let's see, maybe make it work with my deburring tool. That'd be this thing right here. So this has a little radius edge on there that cuts a radius, and you just twist this around and cuts. that. It's going to work just fine. Blow it up a little bit, you can see better. Come here at an angle to get all the way over. And gotta get what the camera can see though. Okay. Alright. The problem I'm not watching and filming because I'm too busy working, but anyway, you gotta get in here like this. Hard to get where the studs are at because the studs in the way to get the tool in there. Alright, deburr. Blow off the crap. Take your fine file here and make sure you didn't put any burrs on the top surface. Whenever you push on metal, you can raise the surface slightly, so it feels good. That was a brand new bit, so it worked pretty good. Okay, now we'll take our cylinder and lay it up in here. See if it fits now. Here, I went all the way down that time. It's all the way against the surface now. Now we'll check our feeler gauge here. Sitting on it. That one we got a little bit of a gap. A little bit of a gap there too. Yeah. Stuff's too thin. There we go. It's hitting a little bit on something somewhere, but not on the edge of the hole. But I don't know how flat this cylinder is either. It's just an old crappy cylinder I got. But so that one's hitting a little bit there, but not much. It hits right there in the center, I'm guessing, but barely hitting there, but it is hitting. So pretty close. On the back edge, it's a little bit further away, but you can hear it rocking a little bit. That's hitting on this corner. It's all the way through here, but so this is just, I'm not sure how flat this cylinder is. It's hitting a little bit on that. Hitting on that side. Alright, so there's some place in there it's more than 1.5 thou, but so I didn't do anything. I didn't even clean this off to make sure it was even flat. Didn't file it, didn't do anything. Just push it down on there. At least now when you push it down, you hear it hit all the way against the damn thing. Before you didn't get that. So now it's got clearance. Alright, so it's all about putting that little chamfer on there, and so now you can see how we got the chamfer cut in there. It's hard to cut right here next to the edge here, so you got little high spots right in these edges. It's hard to get to, but anyway, you can see that's all chamfered all the way in there. So there you go. A little detail work that even new manufacturers don't want to do. Like this one's not done, like we said. So, oh well. That just means I have to go in there and do it. Now, if you're using a real thick gasket, it doesn't matter. But if you're using a thin gasket or no gasket, it definitely makes a difference. So, all right. So this case is ready to go. Put on the hone and give it a quick shot. We'll see what it looks like. And I got the motor mounts in here set up, so I need to put this in the milling machine. Set that up over there, because I got to measure the offset between this side and this side so that I can machine this set of cases, because I know they're way off. Because all that welding I did on that set of cases, those have to be fixed. So I'm going to use this as a setup fixture so I can measure the offset change between the two sides. So I'll level this out in the machine as best I can. I'll come back here and check the back and kind of get an idea about where we're setting. And I'm going to come off to lift the cylinder decks to see the angle and try to figure out where the relationship between the deck is and this. So I don't know if the case is centered to the deck or the motor is offset slightly. I don't know. So that's the angle here. So these are supposed to be 45-degree V, which means you're 22.5 degrees on each side if it's straight up and down. So if I put it straight up and down and then go measure these, if these are not level, then that means there's an offset. So if you have to go like this to lift it up to make it level, then that means you have a difference in your V angle from 22.5. Let's say it was 20 degrees to make it work over here. Then this side would be 20, this side would be 25. To get your 45, then that means you got a 3-degree offset in your cylinder, or 2.5-degree offset in your motor in your frame. Did that make sense to anybody? Anyway, and that stuff does happen. So, because to get more clearance in here against your frame rail, you offset the motor forward. If it hits the gas tank in the front, you have to move it back. So, nobody said those frames were square. All right, well, that's what we're going to do on that. All right.